So now let's create a Google form that is intended to provide a quiz to our for our students. So what we basically will do is the same process we did a while ago. We click this one again, and this time we need to select this option. We need to make it as a quiz, and for now we leave these settings, and we limit it to one response, and we check this one, and we say okay, and then click save, and then of course we name it. Okay, and then as you can see, another form is going to be saved right inside our Google Drive. We can change the color again. Gonna select these colors, and then I'm gonna say and let's say okay, and this is where we put our the details of the examination. Actually, what I do is I first during examinations um, I first ask for their full names, right? Uh, Require it, and there is no answer key for now because this is not graded, by the way. And then we can duplicate this one by clicking this icon, and this is the part where I ask for the students to submit a photo of their examination permits because that is required in reference to the policy. So we can say, okay, and then we need to change this into this setting, file upload, so that uh, the students are able to file a photo of their permit. Just click continue, and um, if you are expecting for a particular type in terms of files, you can check this one. As you can see, you will be given some more options. Um, in my case, normally we don't specify the type anyway. It's completely fine. We assume that the students will indeed submit a photo anyway, not any file. So um, we can leave it as it is. And sometimes these settings matter. Um, well, normally I only require a single file to be uploaded, and sometimes, for example, for requirements that, for example, infographics, sometimes it reaches to more than 10 megabytes. So you can adjust the possible file size of the file that you expect for the students to upload. So you can play around the these particular setting. Normally, because we are only requiring the students to upload a photo of their examination permit, usually 1 megabyte will suffice, right? But initially, you can leave it as its initial um, setting. You can just select 10 MB. That is the initial setting anyway. And again, there's no answer key for this because it's not part of the it's not part of the graded items. So require it again. And right after this section, actually, we can create a new section. So I'm gonna show you a while. I'm gonna show you later what will happen if we click additional section. So if we click this one, you will be presented with this interface, and this is where we are able to create additional section or additional part of the Form. So we can say, okay, then you can add further statements here. Okay, and then for you to be able to add an item, you can click this one, right? And then this is the part where we can now uh, put varied items in terms of their types. So for this demonstration, just observe uh, the following steps in terms of creating items with varied types. For example, you create a particular question here, and this is categorized as a multiple choice item. So we say, put following options. These will suffice. And you would click answer key, and this is the part where we teach Google Form which of the following to consider as the correct answer. For example, this one, and Google Form um, will categorize it, or Google Form will consider it as the correct answer. Of course, the students will not be able to see um, this highlight, and we can then put the weight of the item. So you can put 1, and then you click done, and we can duplicate this one. For a varied type, we can select this option, short answer. Okay, okay, and then we click this one again, answer key. Now um, to make sure that possible answers are considered when students will enter their answer, we need to train Google Form to consider um, possible varied answers. So, for example, if the respondent has answered addition, and let's assume the correct answer is addition. If, for example, the respondent has answered addition with capital A, that should be considered correct. Also, if the respondent answered in small letters, that should also be considered as correct. If the respondent answered uh, this particular item with full capital letters, that should also be considered correct. And then we put 1 as the weight, and then we click done, right? And then do not forget to require it. Now, since we have created 2 questions, as you can see, the total points so far gathered by Google Form is also 2. Now, if we test this, if we show the overview or the outlook of the form, given that we created another section, let us demonstrate or visit the link through our um, other email account. We paste the link, and this is the purpose of using a section. So the second section, will only be shown right after we settle the respondent is able to settle the following. Uh, right after the student is able to settle this particular section, right? So the student should be able to uh, provide the necessary detail. So we add file. Let's say we upload, and then let's use this particular image, and then we click upload. So let's assume this is our permit, and then we then click next. And so the student is now on the second section. So this is where the student will have to answer the following question. So let's enter a correct or select a correct answer. We selected this particular choice as the correct answer, so let's check it. And then let's supply an incorrect answer. Submit. Okay. So this is the part where we entered our customized message. So the student is now able to view the score. So this is the score of the respondent. So uh, because we supplied an incorrect, uh, we've given an incorrect answer on purpose. The score is then 1/2, right? So uh, this is how we create examination form using Google Form. Okay, if you want to create additional section, you can. You can basically create multiple sections actually. So just click that one, and if you want to delete it, click this one and delete section. Now, if you want to include an essay type of question, you can click this one, and okay, not on this section, but on this section, click that one. You select paragraph, and you say, okay. So it's hard for Google Form to actually correct it or check it. So we don't put an answer key yet, right? Now, since we have responded a while ago, we can see this result, right? So if you want to check the individual data of respondents, you can click individual, and then this is the part where we can check the details of this particular examinee, the permit of the examinee, and uh, kind of the outlook of the answer of the examinee, right? So if we go back to our questions, we can add this one. Of course, because we have just added this item, the examinee a while back was not able to answer it here. Okay, so I guess this is the fundamental um, set of steps that we need to learn when using Google Form, when creating quizzes using Google Form.